The hour world record rider and machine against the stopwatch for 60 minutes in the controlled environment of a velodrome.
It is the ultimate test. Some of the world's very best cyclists have attempted and taken on the record. People like Sir Bradley Wiggins, Joss Loudon, Victor Campenaerts and even Oliver Bridgewood.
But now it's my turn. Can down and out retired pro cyclist me take on an hour world record with a little bit of electrical assistance?
Now then, the current men's hour record sits at 55.089 kilometres, and that's held by Belgian World Tour cyclist Victor Campenaerts.
And that's going to be my target. I want to see if I can simply rock up at the Newport Velodrome here in Wales with minimal prep, training, experience and know-how and a delimited e-bike and see if I can take on a world record. So then, my bike of choice, the Canyon Grail On.
Isn't that a gravel bike, Alex?
Yeah, but that's all right, it doesn't matter. Literally anyone that has ever ridden this bike in any race has won. So I'm going to see if I can keep that theme going today. And for a closer look for the details all about the bike and some of the tech that I'm going to be using, well, I've made a video all about it over on GCN Tech. So if that's your thing, well, you should probably go and check it out.
But in short, we have a 500 watt-hour battery, 250 watts of assistance, slick tyres, a big old chainring on the front and no speed limiter.
Actually, I'm not even sure if the battery's going to last for an hour when it's turned up to the max.
Don't worry about that. I'm not even sure if you can produce enough power on top of this assistance to get you round the hour record, because it was rumoured that Bradley Wiggins held over 400 watts for the hour.
That's actually a pretty good point, because I'm not going to be riding at altitude. I've not got all the super optimal aero equipment, and a rider like of my size with a setup that I've got, I reckon I'm going to have to do like 500 watts.
Yeah. Can sheer power, grit, determination overcome aerodynamics? There's only one way to find out. Right, Alex, most important hour of your life. Are you ready?
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! 2 minutes into the record and Alex is looking incredible. He's flying. Only 58 more minutes to go. So Alex is 15 minutes into his record and I've just been taking his lap splits and he's actually a second per lap up on the schedule he needs to beat. So looking good so far. And he's actually just shouted that he's lost 1 bar of battery in that 15 minutes. So it's going to be touch and go whether this battery lasts for the whole hour. Aerodynamics is extremely important at these high speeds. The faster you and your bike travel, the more air you're disturbing. In most cases, people attempting this record will have specifically designed bikes, kits, helmets, shoes, skin suits to reduce that drag. But Alex, well, he's gone for more of a Jeremy Clarkson approach, just more power, lots of it. So yes, the 250 watt of assistance is a lot, but it's a long way from enough for Alex to have a free ride. If you look at riders like Dan Bigham, who are ultra efficient on the bike, they still have to produce somewhere around 360 to 400 watts. And that still leaves a lot of work for Alex to do. So if you also factor in that most record attempts are done at altitude where you have to put out less power, Alex is going to have, well, he's not going to have a free ride at all. He still has to put out a fair amount of work. So we've just approached the halfway mark, 30 minutes gone, and Alex has just told me he's got 2 bars of battery left for another half an hour. It's going to be so close. Minutes in, and Alex has just told me he's got 1 bar of battery left, and there's no chance that 1 bar is going to see out the hour. So I think that Alex might be all right because he's so far up on schedule that even if he just carries on without the power of the bike, he still might be within a chance of beating that record. But just depends how tired he is, I guess. He looks like he's hurting. He's got his teeth out. And as you can probably tell, this record is not an official one. Alex is definitely a long way off the official regulations, but it's still fun to see how much an e-bike actually does help. Alex has gone from doing 16.1 seconds per lap to 24-second laps. So that's quite a dramatic difference. But yeah, a minute to go now. Come on, Alex.
Oh my God.
How hard was that? You look fresh.
I don't feel it. Bloody hell, that was awful.
Even with an e-bike for most of it.
Well, when I've had 12 minutes at the end with no battery at all.
Was that the longest 12 minutes of your life?
It was the longest 12 minutes of my life. Not only did the battery run out, I hugely ran out of it.
Did you?
Oh.
Well, I'll let you get your energy back. Maybe pop another gel.
Yeah.
We'll go have a little debrief, shall we?
Yeah, I think I might need a rest. Oh, my leg.
Do you want me to push? Oh. Just about recovered, Alex. Feeling a little bit better now?
Yeah, I am just about recovered, although still very sore and tired.
I can imagine. I don't actually know what time you've done yet. So...
Well, I've got, you know the time, an hour, but I've got my distance here on my head unit. But I'm not going to reveal that just yet, because I wanted to give you a little bit of a quick rundown from my perspective of how the hour went. So I started out with it turned up on the highest level of assistance on the e-bike, which was absolutely incredible.
It was rapid.
Yeah, so I was
You're motoring, literally.
Yeah, quite literally motoring at about 60k an hour with about 300 watts of input from me plus the motor. Incredible. But I then did turn it down quite quickly, turned it down to second highest level, which was good because I was doing 300 watts, the motor was giving enough assistance that I was pretty much hovering around about world record pace for nearly the entire event. Tucked in, was getting as aero as I could.
I did time you for some of it and you were very consistent on your lap splits. So,
oh, thanks.
Yeah,
I was trying my best, wasn't I? However, into the last sort of 15 minutes or so, I was like, oh no, I'm down to 1 bar of battery because it had been trickling down. So I panicked a little bit, turned it down onto the lowest level of assistance, which then obviously started to knock my pace down a bit.
You could visually see the pace.
Yeah, I could feel that. Not only was I getting tired, I was getting slower. And then with 12 minutes to go, that was it. E-bike conked out and it was just me, which I've gone from having a really good pace and feeling good to the e-bike cutting out, and then a few minutes after that, I was really struggling. Yeah.
You said when you were riding, you're struggling to hold like 200 watts.
Yeah, towards the end, I was struggling for 220 watts or whatever. I went from riding at 55, 56k an hour, which was perfect, to struggling to make like 38, 40k an hour, and it just, the last 12 minutes seemed to take an eternity.
But I did think because you had such a good start and you were so up on the schedule,
yeah,
that you might be all right and be able to still make
At one point I was 2k ahead.
Really?
And then, well, I was about 2k ahead when I got to the 12 minute to go marker, but I went so slow from that point. I went from a 12 minute, a 2 kilometre buffer to nearly being like 2 kilometres behind. So
really?
It all fell to pieces at the end. So then here we go. My distance was 52.3 kilometres. So what's that? 2.4 or so. Yeah, 2.4, somewhere about just over 2k away from the record. Which I'm gonna say, come on, that's pretty good.
It just goes to show how good these riders that do these records are with an e-bike.
I mean, it also shows how good an e-bike is. If someone like me can rock up and nearly beat a world record.
I mean, you're not a bad cyclist.
Yeah, there you go. Should you want to check out some of the data and maybe the route of my ride today,
it's going
to be available over on Komoot, so check the link in the description down below. And I guess to answer my original question, can you rock up with minimal preparation, knowledge, know-how and everything like that, and a delimited e-bike? No, is the answer.
No.
But it was good fun trying, and of course, it would never be an official world record attempt. We're a long way from all the proper rules and regulations. But
I don't think motors are allowed.
No, but it's been fun nonetheless, hasn't it?
It's been very fun. It was fun to watch from the sidelines.
Yeah, thanks for your help as well. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and let me know in the comments section down below what you thought of my effort and my record attempt, and if you think you could do better than I could. Right, we'll see you in a bit, shall we? I'm off to go and play pickleball. You're not going to go?